This is not looking good for the stream. I've been quiet for like 5 minutes. I started a little bit early because this is only my second time using the software. I was afraid there would be problems, and there is, and that made me go mute. I got the chat reply set up, but if I Alt-Tab out to it, it crashes the DOS emulator, so I'm not even sure if emulator is the right word. I legally bought this game. Don't come at me. This is the second Dark Forces stream. Excited to get back into the adventures of Kyle Katarn. This is the story of how the Death Star plans were found before Rogue One existed. I gotta say, I love Rogue One, but Kyle Katarn's also a pretty cool character, so I like to justify in my mind that Rogue One went down as it did. They've got the plans off of Scarif, but they had to chase a lot of leads on getting the plans of this Death Star, and Kyle Katarn was chasing one of those leads. I just got to make sure the music is off so I don't get copyright strikes, but it should be set from last time I played. Okay, last time we got word of the Dark Troopers, which I was saying I'm pretty sure this game is the first appearance of the Dark Troopers. So here we go, we are in, and I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders recently, and it looks much better than this game. But that's what 3 decades of progress does, I guess. I gotta get used to the movements again. It's so, like, wavy and bouncy, and it's like a little off-putting almost with how much it goes. I mean, I'll play Battlefield and stuff. I'm not new to first-person shooters, but it's an interesting choice to make the villains the same exact color as the terrain. Ah, cool. Tahu's here, and welcome Benjamin Hunter. It's awesome you just downloaded this. I'm loving the nostalgia also. I haven't played these since like probably my first computer that I bought with my paper route money when I was 14 or 15. I bought a whole pack on Steam. It was, I don't know, $30 for like 6 games, so we got a lot we can run through. How you doing, Tahoe? You at the airport again? I love these early expanded universe days when you only had the 3 movies to go on, because you see, like, why is that torture droid here in open combat against a guy with a gun? I'm pretty sure we beat this level last time. I don't know why it didn't save, so we're just going to have to run through it again. I also, because I'm completely new to streaming, set up the stream last time as private. So I was like, you know, usually I get at least a handful of people in here watching, and there was nobody, and it bummed me out, and then afterwards I checked that the thing was listed as private. No one could come in even if they wanted to. No airport. Well, that's good. I feel like every time I talk to you, you're at the airport. My wife and I are trying to plan the next trip. With no house flipping, it's harder to do the cool ones. But we're looking at going to Nova Scotia. It's like a 14-hour drive for us, but there's also cruises out of New York City that you could do like a day at sea and a few days in Nova Scotia, a day at sea back, and the whole thing's under $1,000. So it doesn't seem like too bad of a deal. I'm not even sure how to use the thermal detonators. Oh, there you go. It's number 4. I'm so used to the modern first-person shooters where the grenade's its own button. Yeah, I remember those from last time. Those things are hard to hit. Had you jump a few times when you were a kid? It's so funny going back to old first-person shooters where, like, you can't aim up and down. You don't even have, like, a reticle. It just kind of shoots the middle of the screen, and there's a very, very generous auto-aim. It's cool for the Star Wars nostalgia, but it's also pretty cool just for Yeah, look at it. It's like shooting like a 70-degree angle down. Like Doom and Wolfenstein really kicked it off, but these games are great. Is it Jedi Academy where they go over to where you can play third person? Because I like that a lot better. Well, also, you got to be a Jedi, so who wouldn't want to play that? We've got the monsters down here. Maybe I died on this one, and that's why we have to replay it from the start. Come on, where are you? Whoa. Got a lot of them. Whole bunch of grenades. Big plans for the weekend? No, I don't think so. My wife and I usually go, we drive from New York to Connecticut. There's a casino there that has a Hell's Kitchen, a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. And we watch the show. We love Gordon Ramsay. So we usually go in January, because it's when we started dating 12 years ago now. There was a massive snowstorm, so we had to cancel it. So the week after Valentine's Day, we're going to make up that trip. We didn't want to go on Valentine's Day itself just because it was going to be mobbed. So I think we'll probably get we're pretty boring people. We like takeout and TV on the couch with our dogs. Yeah, the secret wall stashes, I remember that from Wolfenstein more, but I remember just going around tapping the button on every single wall, and I don't know if I have the patience for that anymore. This past weekend, I had a furnace issue. I was trying to fix the humidifier in our furnace, and it started leaking hot water all over the basement, so I had to have the furnace and the water shut off, and it was -4 Fahrenheit, so it was not a fun weekend. Actually, after this stream, the replacement part should be in. I'll have to go and fix that. Not very Star Wars talk here, but there's only so much you could say about wandering around in a dark septic system. I keep seeing the little guy pop out, and then he goes right back in. That one got away. Oh, okay, that button also shoots. I was thinking if there was a sprint. I mean, you move at a pretty good clip, but I'm just going in circles, so a sprint would save me some time. Technician? No, I wish. I fall into that, jack of all trades, master of none, where I know enough to, kind of get myself into trouble and stumble through things, get frustrated, and wonder why I tried it, and then eventually, hopefully, it works out, and I didn't have to call somebody in and spend thousands of dollars. I think the whole furnace and our AC is going to be due for replacing soon, but I'm hoping that I can flip another house to get the money for that, because that's not going to be cheap. But we're good now. It's still frigid here in upstate New York, and the furnace is holding strong. Whoa. Alright. Didn't mean to go up already, but that's fine. Moving on. Oh, there goes all my ammo, health, and shields. I meant to look up the name of Kyle Katarn's ship in the last week, and I forgot to. Oh, Syracuse, cool. I'm near Albany, so you're still 3 hours, I guess that would be west of here. I have been out there before, though. I had a buddy who went to school there, picked him up from college a couple times to bring him home. The Talon, thank you. I should have remembered that. I even did a whole video on Kyle Katarn at a point. I'm getting myself lost here. If you came in for super dynamic gameplay, I have a feeling you're going to be let down, but it'll be a fun hangout. Yeah, it has a look of like maybe a ship from like Battlestar Galactica to me. I know it doesn't look like one of their Vipers, but it doesn't fit the Star Wars mold like the found parts as much as some of the other ships. Not saying it doesn't belong. It just has like a very different design language in my opinion. Well, they made this dark. Yeah, I remember I fell into this like 10 times last time. I just kept going in a circle. I had no idea what I was doing down here. Looks like there's something up by the ceiling there. Oh, there is. Oh, and I died. So I think that means we have to restart this whole level, and I'm not loving this one. Okay, good. There is checkpoints. I don't want to be in the sewage system anymore. I want to fight stormtroopers. That'd be cool. I actually, I liked what they did with the Mandalorian, giving him the N1 Starfighter, but then also, like, paying some credit to George Lucas's love of muscle cars. I watch American Graffiti every spring when, like, muscle car show season comes back in. So I thought that was cool that they gave him, like, a muscle car N1. It looks like in the movie he gets another Razor Crest, or those are flashback scenes. Oh, headlamp. Okay, let's find that. Oh, I got a map. I didn't know that. Okay, I even have a pause menu. That's something. Nothing in inventory. Tahu, I actually have not watched it yet. I have zero interest in the Super Bowl itself, so I took no part in it, and then I saw it was on YouTube, but I was so busy with work today, and I knew I had to get... Oh, there it is. Good call on the headlamp, thank you. So I didn't get around to watching it yet, but I definitely will. I probably should have talked about it on the channel. As far as movies go, I don't really watch trailers much anymore, because the trailer's supposed to sell you on the movie. I know I'm going to see that thing day one. But I am curious. I will check it out. I did see a screen grab with Tauntauns pulling a sled. I thought that was cool. I didn't even know I had a battery. I forgot all the details of this game. I probably played it like within the year or two that it came out and haven't touched it since. So I guess I'll cut it for now. Oh, that's head wave. Oh, head wave is the bouncing. Oh, that's actually kind of nice off. I mean, unless Kyle Katarn has, like, no neck muscles, your head should not be bouncing that much. In Sydney, you might even get the movie before we do. I know a lot of the Marvel stuff would come out, like, a week earlier in Europe, and then they would complain about, leaks. But it's like, well, you put the movie out a week early. What do you expect? Go deeper. All because... Oh, 30 second spot. Yeah, I heard it was a teaser. I'll still check it out just for the footage. I am excited. But yeah, full-on trailer, especially for the Super Bowl, would be more what I expected. That's when they release the big commercials, the big trailers, big product launches. If you're an American football fan, sorry, but I can't believe so many people are still interested in the Super Bowl. I tried to watch it a couple times. I was at my in-laws a few years ago, and it's just like, they spend more time with the game paused than playing the game. I'm low on ammo, but I want to make sure I kill them because I keep having to go into the same tunnels. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Benjamin. That was cool. I was wondering why the gun wasn't shooting at the enemy. It shot 2 other enemies in the process. Crap, not ammo again. I think when I died, it didn't replenish the ammo. Raiders are, yeah, I mean, if you're here, like, if you're in the States, who was, it was Seattle and, who else was in it? I know it was Seattle, because we were talking last night, and, like, there's certain teams here in the States that, if you're not for that team, you do not want to be in that city watching the game. Like, do not go to a Boston sports game if you are not there for Boston and just coded in Boston. Don't go to Philly for a football game if you are not going to be rooting for the Eagles. You will not make it out. In Philly, it's getting to be such a problem that no fans of the opposing team will travel to see it, which is hurting their tourism bottom line. Seattle, New England. Thank you. I probably should have known that, being right next door to New England. I know New England was running things for a while with Tom Brady, but he went to another team and, from what I heard, didn't do great and then retired. I don't really know. Also, Quacker, welcome. In New York, we have the Giants and the Jets. I'm not sure how we got 2 teams, but... crap, that ammo again. Just trying to get back to the main hub. I think we got one more door to go through. I would just love to not be in this level anymore. I've only been on the stream for 15 minutes. I feel like I've been in this level for 2 hours. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you would actually, like, get beat up or something, but I just... Our news is saying that there's been issues with the sports fans. I know Boston gets nuts. Like, whether they win or lose, they seem to rip their city apart. And I'm not disparaging the Boston fans. You're a passionate group. I got family members who live and die by Boston Bruins hockey, so... Over here, we've heard stories of the soccer hooligans where things get bad and they get banned from the arena for fighting the other team and just going nuts. And I don't really know why rugby never caught on here. If I had to pick one to watch, rugby or football, it would be rugby. It's way more interesting and way faster paced. Alright, how do I finish this stupid level? Does rugby have all the CTE problems that football has? Okay, Quacker, thank you for backing me up on that. That's what I heard, and it looks like that is correct. Yeah, I saw that you were a rugby player. I saw that on Instagram, so that I don't doubt. My wife was into watching it for a while. It probably didn't hurt the fact that it's like 40 ripped dudes on the field at all times. It probably piqued her interest a bit. Sorry if I'm shouting. I have headphones, and I just thought of that. I kind of yell as it is. Should tone it down. Hopefully that's the last switch we need. Philly fans are the worst. I would have guessed Philly or Boston. I've had good time in both of the cities. I'm just not really a sports guy. The only one that we follow is the UFC, and we've been out of that for a little bit. I haven't watched any since it went over to Paramount. We plan on it, it just hasn't happened. I always have to watch them the next day, too. If I stay up till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it just like wrecks my workout the next day. Wrecks jiu-jitsu the next day, like I'm just a mess, so I always have to watch it on the replay anyway. Old man me coming through. I'm hoping that was the last of the switches and there's something different when we finally get back to this hub. I believe we go here. Sadly, I see no difference. That leads down to where the equipment was. I think my ship's back here. Oh. Does a living enemy mean something changed? Does not look like it. I think I went through every portal and hit every switch. I don't really know what's left to do in there. Pretty sure that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is the one I kept getting lost in, so maybe I missed something there. Yeah, I appreciate it, Joel. It's been a few decades for me as well. Just trying not to burn through all my ammo on these little tiny seeker droids that I can't hit them. There we go, I did miss one. And it was right in the beginning. As a kid, and even still, like, to this day, this is, like, the best kind of Star Wars to me is... I mean, at the time, it was... I don't know if it was cutting edge, but it was right up there with the technology. And it told a new story. That, I think, is cool. I actually just released a video today on Super Star Wars, the Super Nintendo. I think they went on Genesis also. Those games, those brutally hard games, those were cool, and I had a great time with them, and I've really been itching to play them again. But to have a new story, that engages me a lot more than just like a run and gun. It was definitely cool at the time, yeah. LucasArts had such a good run, it's a shame that they're not around anymore. Alright, Tahu, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so now I feel like I hit all the switches, and I still don't know what to do. I think I had a menu somewhere. Oh, it's cool. You can get rid of the HUD. I'm trying to find the menu to see if my mission updated. The Moldy Crow is his ship, not the Talon? I don't remember Moldy Crow at all. Looks like I have to go right here. So I gotta go back, take the first left. Go through gate number 3, or 2. Yeah, I don't remember Moldy Crow at all. I guess Talon could make sense, like Talon card ship, but I don't think that's the name of his ship. I think his ship had something to do with luck. Was the Talon Starkiller ship, maybe? Another video game ship and we're confusing it? The Moldy Crow. What a terrible name. Why would you want your ship called the Moldy Crow? Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing that at all. Talon is definitely a ship. I just don't know whose now. Oh crap, just used all my ammo. Wait, I'm not ready for this. Close quarter thermal detonators? Yeah, not a great idea. I think Boba Fett's ship, they just tried to take away the name. I don't really see what's wrong with Slave One, and I'm pretty sure the origin of that was not about owning slaves. It was, wasn't it Django kind of giving an FU because he was a slave at a point? Old first-person shooter platforming is a little nerve-wracking. I thought they were Imperial officers. I think they're Garans. Not even close. Yeah, people definitely always do need something to cry about. I'd prefer it if they picked something real, but they won't. I couldn't do anything about it. Oh, good, it started me here. Yep, still none. I don't believe there is a sprint button, so we just gotta try to wing this again. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, exactly. They're not happy, so they don't want anyone else to be either. If everyone just minded their own business and took care of themselves and like the 5 closest people to them, we'd have a nice little spiraling out Venn diagram and everyone would be fine. I'm not here to solve the world's problems, I'm just here to talk about Star Wars. Oh, this is annoying. I also want to get to a level where you don't have this constant water running background sound. Oh. Hope no one was looking to be entertained on this stream. As I just fall off the same 2 platforms over and over. It would be a bit much to ask. This crops out further, but I feel like that's... Oh, maybe it is the right move. I wish I could look down. There's like no subtle movements. Oh, that's what it was for. Oh, I'm definitely gonna die in here. I thought I picked up ammo. Alright, whatever. We don't have to kill them all. Yeah, relieved to be past that part. I'd love to get some ammo, though, so I don't keep throwing grenades at myself. I guess I could punch. This guy's sitting in a chair. No concern that I just walked in throwing grenades. He doesn't react at all. Oh yeah, I forgot about the, you have to press escape to go out to, like, the game menu to go to the next mission. That is so weird to me. It's like they just forgot to end it. Alright, so Moff Rebus designed the prototype weapons for the Dark Troopers. He would not reveal much under questioning, but during one of his rants he revealed, "You should have seen the results of our tests on Fest. My weapons are gonna put a lot of holes in a lot of rebel scum." Fest, that's funny, because I'm pretty sure that's the planet that Cassian Andor was supposed to be from. Like in early drafts. Crix Medina has confirmed the existence of an Imperial weapons site on the planet Fest doing metallurgical research of new alloys. Knowing what kind of metals they're using will give us definite clues to the Dark Troopers. Could have sworn this game was about getting the Death Star plans. But again, it's been decades, so who knows. Well, anyone with Wikipedia would, but... Goodbye, Moldy Crow. Worst ship name in Star Wars. Oh, it's quiet here. That's nice. I like how casually he throws the grenade, too. Dash Rendar was in Shadows of the Empire. What an awesome game that was. Probably infuriating to go back and play, because it was the controls were clunky and hard at the time. I can only imagine what it is now. I think it is on Steam, though, so after I get through all these really old games that I have, maybe we'll jump into that one. A little self-promotion, but I actually did a really extensive video on Shadows of the Empire, not just the game and the story, but the development process and the plan that Lucasfilm had and everything. If you want to check that out, I think it came out really good. It's like a video essay, mini documentary style. That was nice of him to come over and give me his ammo. Kind of loving the grenade thing. I'm going to ride this out. Yeah, very clunky, but very fun. And I remember that game was the biggest deal. All my non-Star Wars fan friends were grabbing it on N64 because it was the game to have at the time. What a cool game. That's why I have no ammo. I can't actually aim. Relying on the game to figure it out. I remember with the little tiny N64 joystick, it was near impossible to wrap up one of the AT-AT walkers, and when you finally pulled it off, it was like a celebration. Oh, someone in my comments yelled at me when I did an AT-AT video that it's supposed to be at because it's NASA, you don't say NASA. It's okay, well, fair enough, but I don't think I'm entirely incorrect either, because it is all-terrain armored transport. I have most of the parts for a 3D printed E11. I gotta finish that. Yeah, I don't know. You spend time on YouTube, you see wild stuff. It's that's what you're gonna come at me with? Okay, that's fine. I stumble over half my words anyway, it's fine. Bring it on. I'm probably gonna die going down here, but let's see. Oh no. Is there a crouch? That's not it. There we go. Wow, crouch, you're laying on the ground. Mouse droid? Oh, you are laying on the ground. Wow. Guy crawls pretty good. Oh, yikes. That thing is messing me up. Apparently that was a turret. Yeah, exactly. I'm not getting mad over comments in the in the YouTube section. You know, if I'm wrong about something, we could have a conversation. I'm not infallible, but yeah, for people to like attack me, it's or anybody really, it's funny. I love Joe Rogan has a thing he always says where Michael Jordan's not writing YouTube comments. Like people who really excel at things are just not living in the comment section. I do like interacting with the nice people in the comments. And I appreciate when people take the time. But I'm still fairly new to this thing, so figuring it out, building the community. It's been fun. It's a cool Star Wars outlet. My wife will like watch the movies and shows with me, but you know, I can only talk about the power pack of an E11 blaster or why the Rebel Alliance used the DH-17 instead so many times before she's like, alright, so how about anything else? What's the point of that? I'm so used to modern games now where things are like almost spelled out too good. Where apparently it's a timed door lock. So I was just gonna say they don't explain anything. Like, what does that switch do? Oh, it might be for that locked door. Oh, it's also on a timer. Zero indication of any of it. But we figured it out. Red Six, I'm with you. I was saying at the beginning of the stream where I love Rogue One, and it did replace the Kyle Katarn getting the Death Star story. And the way you can justify it in your mind if you like both is the Rebel Alliance had to follow all these leads. They had to follow all these leads. So Kyle Katarn did go on a mission, and Jyn and Cassian did go on a mission. Theirs panned out. His not so much, but he tried. So he's still fighting the good fight. But yeah, Rogue One's incredible. And Joel, been a Star Wars fan since 1977, and I still say ATST. Yeah, I forget the exact full comment, but like ATST, there's like, you know, ATST or something. Like, I don't really know how you would say it. But when you can say it, you're supposed to. I don't know. It seemed like really nitpicking for the sake of nitpicking. I always just said AT-AT because AT-ST and it's consistent. Or AT-PT or any of them. Is that a cat? Oh, hi. Got a cat under the chair. I wonder if the grenade will hit that turret. These things are messing me up. No, I don't think so. I can't look up, so... Oh, maybe it did do damage, though, because that went down easy. Being that you're a very long-term fan since 1977, I was born in 85, so I didn't get to see the original theatrical runs. The special edition was my theatrical experience. But what do you think about the 50th anniversary having... They're calling it an original cut. I don't buy it's an original cut. I think it's going to be a D special edition cut, but I've heard firsthand from people at ILM that George Lucas destroyed some of the original footage because he wasn't happy with how it came out when they did the special editions. I pretty sure he said that he didn't want a theatrical cut re-released, so I kind of don't love that. I'm fine if they want to take out the special edition stuff. I mean, it's kind of whatever. Some scenes you like, some scenes you don't, but that's true with literally every movie ever. And I also read that the Disney Lucasfilm is like cleaning up some stuff to re-release it. So it's like, well, either release the original thing or don't, but you're just making like another version, which is fine. I just, call it what it is my thoughts on it. And we all know, no matter what we think, we're going to go to the theater to see it. Ooh, new gun. It's a pulse rifle that doesn't shoot turrets. And I'm gonna die here. Yeah, okay with it, yeah. There's always this weird back and forth, and a lot of us just, like, kind of put our thoughts or words saying, like, try to justify, but, like, well, George Lucas would or wouldn't. We don't know what the guy would or wouldn't have wanted. He might not even care at this point. Yeah, I'm whatever. I'm not, like, over the moon. I don't hate the special editions. Aside from, like, Jedi Rocks, I can tolerate it. Like, the Jabba scene, I don't think we need it in A New Hope, because they reiterate all the same information with Greedo. But I understand the logic of you want the big bad in the third movie to be introduced earlier, otherwise you get a somehow Palpatine returns. Where if in The Force Awakens there was some inklings that there was this malevolent force coming maybe back from the dead, like you didn't have to flat out say Palpatine, but if they had a plan, we would have been able to swallow it a bit easier. Gun's powerful when it actually decides to aim. I'd like to have different phrases for the stormtroopers to say, and the audio on it's actually not bad. Like, the water effects in that last level were kind of brutal on the ears after a while, but the other sound effects are not bad. The movie upcoming I think I'm most curious about is Starfighter, and just because it's a complete unknown. Like, I like The Mandalorian a lot. I'm going to have a lot of fun with Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm sure it's the same guys who made the show making the movie. Like, I don't think anything's really going to go catastrophically wrong. But we kind of know what we're getting. Okay, thanks, Joel. Oh, got to start this one over. Yeah, I usually do this. It's going to be an every Monday thing for about an hour. I tried to find a time that was kind of like mid to late afternoon, because I do have people listening in like the UK, or the guy in here earlier he's always back and forth between Australia and New Zealand. So I try to have it where different time zones can come in, but it also kind of works for me. I get out of my day job and I can just swivel my chair over to the other computer. And it's my wife's always in the office on Monday, so it works out. I hope it works out for other people. If I have to find another time, I will, but it's pretty new, so we'll give it some time. I was doing some edits, which people kind of liked, getting a look behind the scenes, but once you watch me go through my process a few times, it doesn't change a whole lot. You have to build systems to be able to keep up with stuff, so I thought this would be a little bit more interesting and fun and kind of generate different kinds of conversations. Plus, there's a lot of nostalgia for these games across a wide base of Star Wars fans, where not everyone cares about how a Star Wars lore video is edited. It's like the real monster scream for 90s kids, 80s kids. Okay, Quacker, that's interesting. That is one thing that I've been discovering, and I kind of think is cool about Star Wars, is that everyone has a different entry point. Was your entry point the Clone Wars animated show, or was it the prequel movies? Because I always find that interesting too, where there's even a divide amongst like the prequel era. My Star Wars was the original trilogy taped off the Sci-Fi Network on VHS tapes until the special edition. Yeah, Tequila. These old DOS games really do bring back a lot of memories. I remember sitting in my parents' living room on a computer running Windows 95, getting these things to run and just being so psyched that it worked as I kill myself over and over. I probably did better when I was 11 years old playing this than I am now. Oh, awesome. Thanks. I'm probably going to butcher your name, but Dwayne Weiser. That's awesome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for continuing to watch, and thanks for the compliments. In the realm of YouTube, I think I'm still one of the newer guys. Movies and a little bit of the animated show. Very cool. Yeah, the animated show, when that came out, I originally felt like, well, I'm kind of aged out of that, but it's cool that they're doing it, and I didn't really watch it. And then I kept hearing cool things about the lore, or they're exploring this or that with characters, and Anakin has a Padawan. I'm like, all right, I got to check this thing out. And the early, I've died at the same part like 3 times. The early seasons, I still have a little bit of a hard time getting through. The more kiddie stuff, the Jar Jar centric episodes, and I've never outright loved the artwork, but the story, the writing, it's all there. It's great, and the art gets way better as it goes. To the point where you get up to like the last season of the Bad Batch and it looks incredible. Now we got Maul Shadow Lord coming out, which every time they make one of these animated shows, it's that much better. So I'm pretty excited for that, and that's very soon. We're just a couple months away from that one. I was looking for that new gun I got, but then I realized I died and I don't have it anymore. Expected an achievement to pop on that one. Yeah, Bad Batch was amazing. Especially that last season. What a powerful show. I would forget that it was animated at times. I was just so into the characters and what was going on. I'd like to do a follow with Omega now that she's older and going off to the Rebel Alliance. You know, see if she like links up with Hera or something. And I'm convinced that she is a Force sensitive. But Asajj said she wasn't, to try to like spare her possibly having to leave her father, brother, uncles, whatever they are, and go off on her own. And the hard life, because Asajj has not had it easy. And Asajj, I feel like, can either be one of the most interesting characters that they play with right now, or they could maybe do it wrong. Ooh, extra life, cool. Because she was a Jedi and then a Sith, but she's also a Night Sister, like, she is pretty heavy into the dark side, and it's not supposed to be something you can just walk away from, so I want to see how they handle it going forward. Obviously, you can come back, it did with Anakin, but it's not supposed to be easy, and I also don't want them to keep doing stories where another dark side user realizes the error of their ways, turns the light, because every time they do it, I feel like it kind of cheapens what Luke did for his father, because that was supposed to be this, like, monumental, like, even Yoda didn't think it was possible. Or at least not likely. What's the point of opening that when you're already back here? I'm not going to go back. Where the Bad Batch really got me was I didn't even want there to be a redemption line for Crosshair. But when they did it, I was like, okay, you got me. I'm in. I buy it. Alright, I'm missing the switch or something. I feel like when this happens, I'm blind and it's right in front of me. That's interesting. Was your issue with the Phantom Menace young Anakin saving the day too many times by accident? I just rewatched that a couple weeks ago, and I do like it. And I don't hate Anakin. I definitely don't want to say anything bad about Jake Lloyd. I think he did a great job for being a little kid. I thought he did great for the most part. It was just lines like spinning, "That's a good trick," that really kind of get to me. But I also understand the idea of making it for 8-year-olds, and they want to be the hero. They want to see themselves as the hero. And I just like the whole trajectory of taking the optimistic young boy and having him turn. Yeah, in all the Star Wars movies, original trilogy included, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, but we gotta be honest about it. Not the best dialogue. Except for Andor. I think between Luthen Rael and Mon Mothma, they don't have a line that's not like a poster or t-shirt quote. The writing in that show is so good. Not that I think everything Star Wars should be Andor. It should still have like the fun and whimsy, but they really knocked it out of the park with that one, especially with the tonal shift. I'm at a complete loss as to what to do here. There's no way I can jump this gap. Oh, I already went across there anyway. It's the wall that I took down. And we're getting close to the hour, so I gotta find a checkpoint or something. I don't want to have to redo this again next week. That's where I kept dying over and over. Wish I could look down. I can't tell what's ground and what's not. How did I miss this ammo? Oh, alright. Must be going the right way if there's a living enemy. The auto aim's too slow. I can't hit the stupid thing. There goes all my ammo. The Galactic Marines. I don't actually know what you're referring to. That's not good. Ooh, 8 health. Please have health packs. Infrared goggles, that's cool. Oh, the clone unit, like the clone commandos, you mean, with like the blue light up visors? That's another game that I got with this retro game pack that we'll get through on a Monday is Republic Commando. What a cool game that was. Squad-based clone commando unit. Going on missions. With Anakin in the temple, the 501st. Oh, okay, okay. I got to brush up on my Clone Wars then. That was a total, total loss on my part. I can't handle these turrets. I only got 5 health. 8 health. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. I'll have to add that to my video list and see if there's enough info on them to do a catch-up video. One thing I really appreciated was I read... I always get Mask of Fear and Master of Evil mixed up in my head. I read Master of Evil right before the end of the year. It's a Darth Vader-centric book, and it's very early into him being Darth Vader, and he takes some clones from the 501st who were with him, you know, when he was nightfalling for that one night when he slaughtered the Jedi and everything before he wore the armor. And they were kind of piecing it together who this guy is, because you got to see inklings of Anakin in there where he's like taking the charge and keeping his men out of harm's way and stuff, even though he's not the nice guy Anakin anymore. It was like a cool way to blend the two. Especially for Clone Wars fans, because you spend so much time with the 501st. Come on, hit the thing. Dumped 80 rounds because it wouldn't aim. I like the concept in Force Unleashed. One of the Jedi Masters didn't think it was morally right to use the clones, didn't trust this mystery army that came out of nowhere. So he just like got a militia together to go with him, so when Order 66 happened, he was fine. I think that's another cool concept to explore. Oh, I thought the noise meant it blew up. I can't hit the turret with these grenades. Thermal detonators, I know. Which, as far as lore goes, thermal detonator is supposed to have a way bigger explosion than that. I don't think Jabba would have been all that scared when Leia pulled one out. Oh, come on. Alright, well, since I wiped and that's about an hour, I guess we'll call it here for this week, and I'll have to embarrass myself again next week. But guys, thanks for coming in and hanging out. That was awesome. At the beginning of the stream I said it, but when I did the first part of this, I put it out and no one came, and I was like, oh no, like I know it's a new stream, I'm a newer channel, but I thought somebody would show up. You know, my other live streams I was getting some people, and I had it set to private. So now that I finally got that right, it was awesome. Thanks, guys, for coming in and hanging out. I'll be back next Monday at 3 o'clock, and we'll pick up where we left off. But yeah, that was cool. Great conversations. I really appreciate it. The game might have just crashed.